Are you ready to catch them all? Let's find out. We're about to discuss the review of Pokemon Violet, so stay tuned. Let's go. Ah! Welcome back, everybody. My name is Sideburns, and we're going to be diving into the review of Pokemon Scarlet. Now, honestly, the main reason I got Violet over Scarlet is honestly, my girlfriend loves purple, and I went ahead and went with that. Maybe she would watch me, maybe she won't, I don't know. But regardless, whichever one you chose, I definitely can assume you're probably not. You didn't go wrong. You probably chose the right one. Now, I can tell you I have played with somebody from Scarlet, and there are definitely going to be some subtle differences that I'll kind of be talking about. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. So you first start out kind of in your home and you're signing up for your academy, and then you go ahead and select your 3 starter Pokemon. I went ahead and went with Sprigatito. I thought she was kind of the cutest, right? Love grass. Whichever one you choose, I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it as much as I do. I definitely use my starter Pokemon a lot, as well as some of the other ones I have caught. And after you decide to go ahead and choose your starter Pokemon, then you're basically dropped into this open world that is a little bit limited. Once you go ahead and complete roughly about the hour to hour and a half, depending upon, you know, if you have chores to do or you have dinner to make or kids to watch, after you complete the hour to hour and a half tutorial where you're learning to battle, you're learning about the academy, learning about the open world, how to catch Pokemon, then you're thrown into the open world where you have various tasks and quests. So to basically start out, once you complete the tutorial, you learn a bit about the academy, how you're tasked with what's called the treasure hunt, and the treasure hunt is just basically your academy's main challenge or quest for the game. And off of that, you have gym battles, you have Operation Skyfall, which is going to be, you're going to learn about the various bases, the bosses, the squads, which I think is really cool. Now, once you go ahead and learn a little bit about everything, then you're going to be thrown into the open world where you get to go ahead and complete those challenges, whether it's your academy, you want to go ahead and do the boss battles, you want to do terror raids, you want to play with your friends, what have you. I really love Pokemon so far. Basically, everything that I want in an open world, it really is here. What I really do love is that the initial Pokemon, based on your whether you chose Violet or whether you chose Scarlet, I get Miraidon, and I am able to ride Miraidon, and with Scarlet you're able to ride that Pokemon. So I really do love that you don't have to walk everywhere. You are able to use your Pokemon to go ahead and travel from place to place. As you unlock certain places like Poke Centers, you are able to fly there rather than having to ride your Pokemon or anything like that, which I think is really cool, right? You don't have to run or anything like that. So it really is going to save on time. The battle mechanics of Pokemon are something I really do like. When you are out in the open, you are able to either auto battle by hitting the R button when you throw your Pokemon out, or if you want a little bit more of a challenge, you're able to battle the Pokemon outright. Whenever you battle Pokemon, you can catch it if it gets to lower levels, or lower health, not lower levels. I don't know why I said that. If it gets to lower health, you can kill it, right? Or defeat it, maybe not kill, but defeat. And each are going to at least put something into the Pokédex. Obviously, if you catch it, you're going to get more information off the Pokédex. So I really do love that. As of right now, I've seen 312, I think is what my Pokedex is at. So that leads us to believe that there are definitely a lot of Pokemon. I have seen some initial Pokemon from previous games like Ghastly, Pikachu, and then you also have some newer ones, right? And I'll kind of let you all see in the video some of their names. There's so many of them. And not to mention, you are at least able to to name them, so you can add nicknames. I know for my Sprigatito, somebody in the stream labeled it Spaghetti, so definitely have fun with it. If you're a streamer, my tip and trick to you all, if you really want to get your chat and community involved, have them name your Pokemon. Let them give nicknames. Let them choose who is going to be in your bench and who's going to sit out in the locker room, right, and play third, fourth, or even fifth string. Now, speaking of all the third, fourth, and fifth strings, whenever you are catching Pokemon, you have two options. You can put them into your party, or you send them to boxes. While you send them to boxes, they will not level up. However, you are able to pull and move Pokemon however you want in and out of the boxes as you choose. So I really love that. You don't have to go to a Poke Center. Whoops. You don't have to go to a Poke Center, which is really awesome because if you need something right away, boom, you're able to get it. Now, let's go ahead and talk about capturing the Pokemon. Okay, whenever you do capture the Pokemon, you can use a Pokeball, you can use a Great Ball, right? And they do go ahead and they are caught with the same amount of health, and they'll be transferred to your boxes or in your party. Now, what's really awesome about the party is that you are going to have the first position Pokemon that you're able to walk around with, or that you're going to select in Terra raids. So your positioning of the Pokemon are going to be important. Anything in the first position is going to be what you're going to use to auto battle or go on Terra raids on. The other ones, not so much. If it dies or gets defeated, you're able to pull it back. So that's kind of a little bit of the battle mechanics and the catching of the Pokemon. Now let's go ahead and talk about a couple other things that are worth noting. Whenever you go to Poke Centers, one thing I really love is the fact that you are able to get tips and tricks from the Poke Center. Whenever you heal your Pokemon, roughly about 10 to 20 tips and tricks are going to be given to you. And after those tips and tricks are done, so whenever the coding is done and giving you the tips and tricks, they're going to disappear, and you're going to be able to search your adventure guide if you want to revisit or relearn any of the tips and tricks. One thing I really love about that is the fact that somebody who has never played Pokemon at all before in their entire life is able to at least gather some information on how to play Pokemon and the ins and outs of it. So whether you're a novice or you're a Pokemon master from all the previous games, like you played Gold, Silver, Red, Blue, Green, Shield, Black, White, Platinum, whatever, there's something for everybody, which I really do love that Pokemon is not just capitalizing on the Pokemasters. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some other things. There are boss battles. Now, boss battles are going to be whenever you're fighting for Operation Nightfall. They are the star bases, and your job is to basically infiltrate and defeat a lot of the squad bosses. And there's various challenges too. Whenever to even face a squad boss, you have to do a challenge. For me, I had to catch 10 flower-looking or sun-looking Pokemon. And once I caught 10 sun-looking Pokemon, then the squad boss was willing to challenge me. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that means there's a little bit depth and flavor to all the bosses rather than just, hey, let's just go beat them. Another thing that is really cool are Terra raids and Terra Pokemon. So basically, these are Terra raids are going to be whenever you can either team up with friends. So that really cool feature that that Pokemon has multiplayer now. You're able to team up with friends, or you can play alone and get NPCs, and you're able to do what's called a Terra raid. Now, Terra raid is whenever you fight a terrestrialized Pokemon, and you need to shatter that crystal or terrestrial or whatever it's called. And once you shatter it, then you're able to catch that Pokemon, or you're able to just leave it be. If you decide to catch it, you do get an abundance of little treats like candy, nuggets, various berries, etc. In my opinion, it's always worth it to catch them. Maybe the one reason you would not catch them, for instance, maybe if you ran out of Pokeballs. But these battles are fun. Depending upon your level, they can be pretty easy or they can be moderately hard. Now, one last thing I do want to talk about is going to be the gym battles. The gym battles are kind of interesting. The gym battle is a lot more difficult. Now, from what I've talked with other players, they do not scale up. So all gym battles are kind of just there and you can complete them in any order. There's no real one, but from what I hear, they do not scale. They're just kind of set at a certain difficulty. I've only completed one, and even that gym, it was a little bit of a struggle, and my Pokemon were in the 20s, right? So I would kind of hate to see some of the higher gym memberships, but I'm also excited because that means you're not just gonna be able to grind, and then one hit the gyms and finish them. If you actually want, there will be a challenge to these gyms. So I think that is really cool. Now, one last thing I kind of want to talk about is the multiplayer aspect of Pokemon Violet and Pokemon Scarlet. One thing I really do love is the fact that you could play with friends. You go to the Poke Center and you're able to go to the side. It's going to be the yellow part, and you are able to link up with friends. You can form your own group. You could join a group if you already have the code, or if you don't have the code and want to start your own, then you can form a group, and then up to 3 other friends are able to join you on that squad. So you can have a total of 4, including yourself. One thing you have to note is you want to make sure you have a strong connection. If you do not have a strong connection and the the group happens to disband because the group leader that has the crappy connection, they dip out, they lag out, they internet out, their internet goes out, power outage, whatever, the party is going to be disbanded, which I have happened. That's probably one opportunity I think Pokemon has. I would love it more of a Fortnite-esque type of squad where if the main leader drops, the crown is then passed to the next person in line. I would have loved to see something like that. I'm sure there could have been something done in the code. Maybe that's something we'll see later, but that would be kind of crappy if somebody happened to time out or their internet went out and the whole group is disbanded and whatever they were doing, well, it's now for nothing. Not for naught. I don't know. But you know what I mean, though. So that is probably one opportunity I have regarding that. So I just want to go ahead and leave you all with kind of my final thoughts of Pokemon Scarlet. I don't need my headset. Pokemon Violet and or Pokemon Scarlet. I really do love both of them. I only have one, but from what I've seen of Scarlet, I mean, it looks cool. Obviously, there are going to be subtle differences. Like the shorts are going to be Scarlet colored, where mine are grape colored because I'm in Violet. Not to mention the Grape Academy is called Uva, which is Spanish for grape, Naranja for Scarlet, which is orange in Spanish. So did I say Uva is grape in Spanish? Hope I did. If I said it in Pokemon or whatever, I mistaked. But my overall thoughts of the game, I really do love it. I loved Arceus, and this Pokemon Violet and Scarlet have definitely built upon that open world and even surpassed it. You have the multiplayer aspect. You have the fighting aspect where you could fight with your friends, which I really do love. The only thing that I think from Arceus I would have loved to have seen in this is during the battles being able to kind of run around your Pokemon. In battle, you're only able to shift the camera angle. So, for example, if you have a friend that's standing in the middle of you and that other Pokemon, you can't really see anything. You'd have to rotate your camera angle rather than just moving. So I think if we would have been able to move during battle, that would have definitely kicked this game up a notch. But I mean, I give it a 9 out of 10. I mean, aside from the bugs and the glitches, look, everybody, it's gonna happen, right? Warzone released with so many glitches. Fortnite, there's always glitches during updates. This is nothing new. Yes, I understand a packaged game should have maybe been packaged a little bit better, but look, until it's released to everybody, we don't know. Not to mention, that's what updates are for. So I don't really fault the game too much for this. Yes, Arceus didn't have as many issues. Like I've seen glitches, I've seen players phase out, I've seen I collect items without even knowing what I collected. So that happens. But other than that, the gameplay has been nice. The battling is amazing. The Terra raids are fun. And overall, if you have not picked up this game, I definitely would. You're gonna have a blast with it, and playing with your friends makes it that much better. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all liked this video. If you did, smash that like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. If you didn't, comment below. How could I improve? Everyone can improve. I'd love to know how, right? Unless you say get more beautiful or handsomer. I can't do that. Blame my parents. Peace, everybody. Happy catching. Love y'all. Bye. Gonna catch the Pokemon.